Who did you guys play against?
Some team from Buffalo, and they were awful.
Really?
Yeah, it was like 6-0.
Who are they? Yeah, who are they playing? Are they trying to get a USL team together eventually?
I think it's NPSL is the next step, and then grow to USL 2 and then USL.
Huh.
They definitely could. They could go USL 2 right now with the amount of people they've got.
I hope. We need it. Well, we need more soccer in the area, but then it'll be a competition between FC Buffalo and them, and you're not playing FC Buffalo because you're not home.
Yeah.
Who are you playing with? And is your internship in Rhode Island?
Yeah, Rhode Island. I'm either gonna play for Hartford City and just commute to Connecticut, or play for Surf U23, which is UPSL, I think.
Gotcha. And what's your internship?
For some nonprofit. It's just resume builder.
Is it for marine biology?
No, it's a clean energy, so like wind farms, solar panels, stuff like that in Newport, Rhode Island. And I'll be doing a bunch of data for it.
Are you still doing the marine biology stuff?
No, economics right now.
You're economics, and what do you want to do with that?
Hopefully go into green energy type of stuff.
Something environmental? You've always wanted to do that. Yeah.
But I think it'll be a good step for my professional career.
Your professional career. You're not
non-soccer
professional career. Because you've been known as soccer for your entire life.
I know.
And are you like,
probably
you got
not.
2 years.
Yeah, probably not. Probably 2 more years.
Done and then moving on.
I think so.
Somebody was saying that you might not even play.
I'm going to graduate I can graduate a year early, but I think I'm going to take my 4th year of eligibility and do masters at URI so that they'll pay for it.
Perfect.
Yeah. That's my plan. And I'll be on a full ride senior year. So.
You're gonna graduate from URI in 3 years.
Yeah. I had a lot of credits coming in from
Maxwell.
St. Joe's.
Oh yeah. How many AP classes did you take?
Like 7.
For real?
Yeah.
Dang. Man. So, I mean, we could start anywhere. Wait, did you just get back from Spain, or are you going to Spain?
I just got back 2 nights ago, Wednesday night.
What'd you go for? Just you and
Visit
your buddies?
one of my teammates. Yeah, a bunch of my teammates all went. And we
That's
just
awesome.
met in Spain. Yeah.
Just met in Spain. Where'd you guys go?
North of Spain, one of my teammates lives in Bilbao.
Okay.
So we all went there. It was like 6 of us. It was very fun.
Did you go to like Madrid?
We went to a Bilbao game. We stayed in Bilbao. Madrid's kind of far. It was a couple hours.
Oh,
so we didn't really want to commute. But it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Gonna move over there?
But I'll vacation there.
Is the guy that lives there Spanish?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How many foreigners do you have on URI?
10?
How good is the kid from Spain?
Very good. Very good. He's one of our best players.
How old is he? Is he
23.
older? And he's a sophomore?
He has one more semester left.
So he's a senior.
Senior. Yeah. Weird.
Academically, he's a senior.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So did he try to make it pro over there, and then?
Yeah, he played for Bilbao's academy. Then he played for another academy, and then he was like, "I want to get my education." But it's either like you stop playing in Spain, and you get your education, or you just like try to make it pro. So he was like, "Okay, I'll come over to the United States, do both," and then.
Yeah. How many guys did that path at URI?
A lot of most internationals.
Yeah, they're all older.
Yeah, they're all older. They always come in at like 21 or 20.
So how do you
you don't.
How do freshmen compete?
It's almost impossible. Not only because you're 2-3 years younger, but also because as a coach, I mean, especially for our coach, no matter what, if you're the same level of talent and you're you and he's a 20-year-old from Germany, he's gonna play every single game. The 20-year-old from Germany is gonna play every single game. It's just.
Why is that?
No idea. The impression that because he's older and from a different country that he'll be better than the American from high school.
I just said this to Marin that like you don't reach your soccer prime until 24 to 28, right? So all these kids are done, and these guys are coming over, and they're almost in their prime. Like Griff was talking about a 26-year-old, how can an 18-year-old?
Yeah, we had a 25-year-old on our team last year.
How can an 18-year-old
even
really compete?
Yeah, it's insane.
It is insane.
And we played Franklin Pierce a couple of times.
Okay.
So D3, so they have like less regulations.
Yeah.
27-year-olds from Spain, 28-year-olds.
That is insane.
Yeah.
I'm worried about men's college soccer. I think like in 10 years.
It might just be,
Because, I mean, obviously you're education first, but not everybody is.
Yeah.
You know, and not everybody is, and a lot of kids will gladly go to a USL team instead of
going to college.
Yeah, right out of high school, or leave college and go play USL.
Go play USL. Yeah.
And you have no interest, even though
I have an interest. I just don't think it'll really go anywhere. I think I'd try for a couple of years at most.
So you're going to try.
Probably.
And work and do USL? Mm-hmm. That's your goal?
I think like next summer will probably be, like I'll definitely want to play USL 2 or better.
And what's the league that you're playing in this summer?
UPSL or NPSL.
Okay.
Not very good. NPSL's alright. UPSL's not very good.
Right. I mean, too bad you're not in Buffalo. Because
I know, because USL 2.
USL 2, that's huge.
Yeah,
and it's finally getting to the point where there's a bunch of Buffalo kids on FC Buffalo. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Less
because
internationals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
then Kyle.
Yeah, he's playing R&Y.
Right, and then he didn't know he could do both. But Ashton's doing both.
I told him he could still do both.
Right.
It's May.
Right, and so last summer, I forget who I was talking to about you. You basically you played BDSL. Yeah. You played R&Y, but it wasn't really games. It was just training. Yeah. And then you played FC Buffalo. And that's how you got into like shape for the fall.
Then you don't have to run or anything. You don't have to do stupid fitness by yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're playing 90 like 3 times a week.
And people like I'd say that about you, and they're like, "What?" I'm like, he doesn't really like work out that much.
Yeah.
Like you work out.
Yeah.
But you don't lift a lot.
No.
You know, I did your workout yesterday.
On the erg?
Your row.
Yeah, row, jump
and
rope.
And then jump rope.
Yeah, that's good.
But I only did 30 seconds. I'm not there. Yeah. I can't do a minute like you yet.
I think I might go home and do it today.
You can do it here.
I might do it here. That's a good
You can do it here if you want, because you're just gonna
I'll be
kick
here.
it around after, right?
Yeah.
So URI.
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy?
For the most part, yes.
School-wise, happy.
School-wise, definitely happy.
Yeah. Soccer-wise.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
This past year's been all over the place.
It was weird.
I mean, like, start of the fall, massive. Like, our preseason, huge. We beat Franklin Pierce, who are, like, D3. They won the D3 national championship this year. So that was a big game. Went undefeated in preseason. First game, Penn State.
Tied them
away, which was incredible. Beat Hofstra, who went to the Elite Eight last year.
Yeah. Got your first college goal.
First college goal against Hartford. And then it just went downhill. Like, slow.
With no real reason.
It would be like a tie away, and then another tie at home. And then we'd, like, lose a game in the last minute. It wasn't like we were playing bad. It's just, like, little things would not go our way, and then it just added up, and then got out of our control, I guess.
And then what happened with you? Because you...
Yeah, I was playing...
The Penn State game, was that the rain game and there wasn't a stream?
No, that was St. Louis.
St. Louis. So the Penn State game, you play almost the entire game.
Yeah, I came out for like 5 minutes.
You subbed off.
Yeah.
You get the equalizer, and then they put you back on to kill the game off.
Yeah.
And then like the next games,
did
you have an injury? Did you pick up an injury?
No, Hofstra I played like for like 50. I don't remember who we played after that, but it was like last a little bit, and then at the end of the year for the past like 6 games, it was like 70, 90, 90, 90, 90. I don't know why.
Was it load management? Is this the NBA or something?
I don't know. But at the beginning of the year, our left back was injured. So our 6 is a right back. So we would have our 6 go to right back go to left back, and I would fill in at the 6, and that was when we did our best.
Right.
But for some reason, we decided to, when the left back came back, to switch back to what we had, and that was for like the middle of the season.
So when you weren't in the 6, where were you?
Not playing.
So they only play you in the 6?
Pretty much.
Do they know that you can play every position?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's frustrating.
Yeah, it's annoying. But then at the end of the season, they switched it back.
And you finished the last 3 games playing 90 minutes?
Yeah.
Or last 2 or 3?
Yeah, last 3 to 4.
And you guys lost in the conference tournament?
We didn't make it.
You didn't make the conference tournament?
Nope.
Is it one of those conferences where it's only like
We
4
were
to
like,
make it?
we were like the one place below.
And was it on goal differential? Or was it record?
No, I think we were down. I think we lost by 1 point if we had tied the last game instead of lost.
Are you going to do the same thing fitness-wise this year? Just play your way into shape and play your way to stay in shape?
Hopefully.
But
I don't know if I'll be able to play as much just because, like, literally, I won't be on that many teams. But
right. Maybe
it'll
get
probably
on
be some
a
more
men's
fitness.
league team down
I
there.
think so.
And
Yeah, I'll probably pick up some men's league.
Gotcha.
Even if it's low level, it's still something.
And you're going to be a junior.
Yeah.
30. How's it looking for next year? Are you still
Good.
going to be in the 6?
Yeah, I'll be 6.
Because now you're 20.
Yeah,
21?
I'm still 19.
You're still 19?
Yeah.
You went to college when you were 17.
Yeah.
And you played your freshman year.
Yeah, decent amount.
Which is not heard of.
Yeah, for men.
And that's why I was telling Kyle and wow.
Yeah, the 6 when I came in was 22. So I was 17, he was 22. Yeah, not much I can do. But hopefully next year, we've got a couple, it's kind of like a rebuild year. We'll have like 8 new kids coming in, 4 from America, 4 internationals.
So all the internationals are going to be older.
Yep. Hopefully I'll be 6 every minute of every game, and hopefully I'll be captain.
Unbelievable. So all the freshmen that you came in with, did they all get redshirted?
2 of them did. The other one was Norwegian and was Rookie of the Year, and he came in at 20. And then the other kid played similar minutes to me.
How many are like MLS Next kids? The Americans. Are they all MLS Next?
Not really. Most of them.
Really?
Yeah, you would think yes. If you're outside of New England, 100%. But New England, because they're able to look at like smaller clubs, I guess, not as much.
Especially like Boston area.
Yeah, Boston area. Like one kid played for Surf, a couple kids played for like some clubs in Rhode Island.
Right.
But it's only because they were from Rhode Island that they got scouted by URI, you know.
How did it work with you? Because there's already an Empire kid there.
There was 2, yeah. So Zach Dreyer was the first one, and then Josh Cam.
Oh, Cam. I forget about Cam.
And then it was me and others, Masaf and Ellingson, who's a freshman.
Cam's
done.
Yeah. Did he quit or did he transfer?
UB, so yes.
Yep. Yeah. What do you? I mean, if you could do it all over again,
I'd probably do the exact same thing.
Exact same thing. That's what I like to hear. Yeah. You would do. You would do MLS Next.
Yeah,
without a doubt. DA.
Yeah, without a doubt. It gets shitty at times, but I think the other options would end up far worse.
Absolutely. And what's shitty about it is the drive.
Yeah, that's the worst part. Yeah, that's the only bad part, actually.
And I'm getting attacked for this opinion, but I think that drive forces you to learn some type of time management.
Incredible time management.
Because you have to do your homework. You have to eat a meal.
Yeah.
And you're in a car 3 times a week. That's 6 hours.
I was spending way more time in a car than I was like
training.
Yeah.
And I think that prepares you to be like.
Yeah, you got to like deal with some shit.
A little bit more, cognizant of what you're doing with your time. You cannot waste a minute.
Yeah, you can't mess around.
That's what Kyle was like. I was terrible at time management because he wouldn't do his homework until he'd get home.
Yeah, that's awful.
It's like, dude, you're not doing your homework till 10.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And your homework at Joe's is a little bit different than Clarence.
Yeah, ours is hard.
Yeah, but Empire. When you were at Empire, was every away trip on a bus?
Yes, until COVID.
Until COVID.
But yes.
And your parents could go, or they didn't have to go.
Yeah, my parents.
It
wouldn't make sense for them to go.
And people, I was talking to a parent, and they're like, well, R&Y is so much more expensive than Flash. I'm like, but no, it's not. Because
most of the
you
stuff's
don't
paid
have to pay. You don't have to pay for a hotel. You don't have to pay for food, and you don't have to pay for travel. You guys all just go together on a bus, and somehow, in the club dues, somehow all of that gets paid for.
Yeah,
I'm amazed. I whoever runs the economics at R&Y
killing it. Yeah.
is doing very good. Except they should have made their indoor facility a full field.
Yeah, it's small.
Yeah, but NIL. Mm-hmm. You are a Barstool athlete.
Yeah, I'm Barstool athlete.
How does that work?
It doesn't mean anything. So like when it first came out, Barstool was doing like their promotion or whatever, so I signed up. They sent me a hoodie, sweatpants, and a t-shirt, and that was the last I ever talked to Barstool.
Are you doing anything else with the NIL?
No.
Do you have an NIL advisor or any?
Yeah, we have people at URI that talk to us about NIL deals and like people you could talk to.
You have no interest? Because you can make money off of it.
I know you can, but I really don't have like following big enough or play at a school big enough to like gain any recognition.
I mean, Ashton is doing Prime.
Yeah, Prime. Yeah, it's something.
I mean, I was just talking to Marin about that. It's like it's just affiliate marketing. So you just sign up to be an affiliate,
and then post some stuff.
Their stuff, and then you get a cut of whatever is bought through your page.
Yeah. Maybe if something cool came up, then yes, but I'm not going out of my way to look for anything.
So you think this year is a rebuilding year?
Yes. We're down to like 16 kids right now. 16 or 17 kids. Between injuries, like at the end of the spring we finished with like 3 kids on the bench. So we were playing with like 14 or 13.
How'd your spring season go? Who'd you play?
Not great. We played BU. We like BU tied, I think. Lost to somebody who wasn't very good. Like tied UMass Lowell. But then we finished with a like 3-1 win against UConn at home. So that was pretty good.
Yeah.
But it was just like things wouldn't go our way, and then that game just like everything went our way.
How?
But it showed some promise, I guess, to end the season on that.
Yeah.
That like we can perform at a high level.
And then you got some foreigners coming in.
Got some foreigners coming in.
Play pretty quickly.
Yeah, very quickly.
And then the American freshmen, who knows?
Yeah.
Any transfers? You dealing with a lot of like transfers coming in?
We had one transfer from this spring, a NIA or JUCO kid, but he's Irish.
Okay.
And he's 22, I think.
Okay.
And he was very good class.
Because
but not a ton of transfers.
Did you see the numbers that came out yesterday? There are 5,000 kids in the transfer portal.
That's insane.
Between men's and women's soccer. That's it.
Insane.
There's 3,000 men and there's 2,000 women. That is insane.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think, especially on the men's side, I don't know if college soccer is sustainable.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, I mean, outside of Cam, how many kids have you lost to the transfer portal in your career so far? Any? None?
Yeah. One of the kids from my freshman class. A couple juniors, so probably three in our time. Our coach cut 2 German kids at the end of the season.
He cut kids?
Cut 2 kids. They came in the fall.
Why did he recruit them in the first
them.
place?
I don't know.
I've never...
They played every minute of every single game. And then you cut them.
What?
Yeah.
There has to be more to the story.
There's not more. I think it was that we had a bad season and he had to put the blame on somebody, and they were new, so obviously it was them.
But they played every single
minute of every single game.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense.
No.
Like, why bring him in the first place?
If you're just going to cut him at the end, I don't know. I think he was hoping the season would go better, and then you need to put the blame on somebody, so...
So going from like a structured, a very structured club, from like
I loved
Empire.
it way more.
What?
I said I liked it way more like that.
And I know
Compared
that I know that URI is not structured at all.
No, we say it's all the time. It's like 11 kids that happen to be very good at soccer are just going to play like pickup against another team.
And there's no like real strategy involved.
There's no strategy.
There's no like correction or tactical implementation and stuff like that, or just a style of play from year to year.
Yeah.
Like, does he have a system?
No.
Does he have a system that like
No.
he recruits for?
No.
I mean,
It's just people who are good at soccer.
And did you know that going in?
No.
Clearly not.
No.
But you would rather go to a program where it is like that, or like Empire, where it's like Mondays we're doing wide progression.
And like some days it sucked. Like I remember being like, oh my God, we have to do
wide progression.
Wide progression for the 3rd year in a row. But like yesterday when we were playing, we had like JMO who was an 01, and we had kids who were like 16, and we all understood the exact same concepts.
Yeah.
So it goes to show that like they're doing something.
And
like we're able to play together. It looks like we're playing more fluidly just because we know where each other's gonna be or like supposed to go.
Absolutely. Now, I get onto them about being a little bit too structured
because you're not even playing.
Backed up a little bit.
Because like sometimes we felt like we weren't even playing soccer.
But talking to some of the boys that went from MLS Next to Flash, they're like, it's just chaos, and it's like 11 guys playing pickup.
That's how our college is.
And they're like, there has to be something in the middle.
Yeah.
Where it can be flexible, but then also have some freedom. Yeah. I remember watching you play against Toronto FC.
Yeah.
And it was, you were playing the 6, but you know, you drop in and you play that like center back. And you get
center back.
And you
get the ball, yeah.
And you get the ball from the goalie. And I watch it over and over and over. And then whoever you usually pass to lost the ball.
Yeah.
And then somehow you guys were competing in that game.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It wasn't the worst game ever. It wasn't. It wasn't like like AJ's team. I don't know if AJ was on the team yet, but it was like Ben Schmidt's team.
That's rough.
It was bad, and then it would be goal kick, and it'd be same thing. I'm like, okay, can we just pump it long once?
Yeah.
Just
to make them drop
just
off.
to back them up just a little bit.
That's the way they play. Like even yesterday when he was like, I don't care how far up they stand. Like we're gonna play out of the back because that's how we play. And his was just like to prove a point. Like yesterday it was just to prove a point like to the EPSL that like we're better than everyone in this league, and like we're gonna prove it.
And you need to, so that you can maybe get into the USL.
To move up.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Because weren't they gonna be in the USL or?
They were supposed to be
Jamie Vardy stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, MLS Pro.
Next. Yeah, MLS Next Pro.
MLS Pro, whatever.
I have no idea. I really
but
don't
MLS
know.
Pro is still a thing, right?
Yeah, I think it was a fallout with RNY. Like I don't think RNY exists.
And Jamie Vardy and like.
Yeah, I don't think RNY FC exists anymore.
So I wonder if they're gonna change the name.
Maybe. I think they're hoping that this team will eventually grow to MLS Next Pro, so that it would still be considered a pro, like academy.
Gotcha.
Like a path to pro.
Who's coaching?
Rory, mainly.
Rory?
Yeah, Chorchola.
Yeah. And then, it's like you'll have Daniel Steinecker up, and then I said Kyle on there, and I'm surprised they're letting people play both. FC Buffalo and FC Buffalo has Casey. I mean, Casey's good.
Yeah, I've heard Casey. I've heard good things about Casey.
Casey's very good.
Yeah, it'd be. I mean, hopefully he's there next year because
Because you'll
probably play. Yeah,
planning on being home.
Yeah, I'll plan on being home.
Long term, do you think you're going to be in Buffalo, or wherever the job takes you?
Yeah, I think it'll be wherever life takes me. To be honest.
Because everybody comes back to Buffalo.
Yeah.
Usually.
But
do you think you're? Where's
probably
like
70-30, no.
Where's like the energy hubs?
Off
California.
Yeah, and off the coast, the East Coast, Cape Cod, Rhode Island.
Do you want to stay East Coast?
Probably.
You seem like an East Coast.
Yeah, I think I'd rather go East Coast than out to California.
Yeah.
But if the job was right and the situation was good, then.
And you're gonna graduate with that major in 3 years. 3.5.
Yeah,
3.5
3.
years. 3.
3 at the end of next year.
Holy cow! How many credits are you taking per semester?
5 classes, 15.
Okay.
Not a crazy amount. I took two summer classes next year.
It's all the AP.
It's all the APs. And Rhode Island's not a very intense school for me to get into, so they accepted every single grade I got from the AP exams.
And some don't.
Yeah, some don't. Like when my brother went to Princeton, they were he was like, "Oh, I took this many APs at college. I got a 5 on this many," and they were like, "We don't care at all."
Where is your brother now?
Living in Boston.
Living in Boston? What's he doing?
Working. I don't even know what his job entails.
Do you go out to see him at all?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes.
Does he still row?
No.
Not even.
Not even competitive. I don't think he gets on.
Not competitive. I'm talking about. Does he even get on the
I don't think so. I think it's kind of traumatizing.
For him?
Yeah.
Because how? Okay. He had what was his record that he held? It was the fastest 2,000.
No, I think it was longer. I think it was
It was a 5K?
I think it was longer than that. I think it was 10,000 meters.
And he had the world
record. Under 21, I think. I think he still does.
Did he ever think about doing Olympics or anything like that?
I think he did some Olympic trials when he was at Princeton.
And then he just...
Yeah, and then it was
what is that life like? What is it?
It didn't seem very enjoyable from what I heard.
Less than soccer?
Yeah. When he's because it's soccer, plus you're always watching your weight. So he was always maintaining such an incredibly low weight that it was awful.
His
he was
diet
just pissed off the whole time. And it was not something you want to do, no matter how good the.
But you still row.
Yeah. Just because I think it's a good workout, and I hate doing the same thing every day. It hurts my brain to run every day. Plus an erg, I could do 15 minutes on an erg, get a better workout than I could for an hour of running.
So what are your fitness tests?
Stanford.
Okay, explain that one again.
It's a half mile, 6 back, 18 back, and 60 yards back. Quarter mile, another shuttle, quarter mile, another shuttle, and then half mile. So it's 1.5 miles of running and 4 shuttles altogether.
1.5 miles. And you think
the only thing that's hard is the pace. It's not a very hard test.
What's the time limit?
It's each one is timed, so you pass each level.
Gotcha.
It's not that hard.
No.
It looks hard on paper, and it's hard, but every single college athlete should pass it.
But so the rower and just playing on those 3 teams last year.
It was enough.
And the rower and the jump rope.
Yep.
And what other workouts would you do on your own?
Really high intensity interval stuff. So I do sprints. I did a bunch of fitness workouts, and I ran the fitness test a couple times. Where I'd hop on a bike for a little bit.
Yeah. The air bikes.
Yeah.
I want to get one of those for here.
Yeah, those are crazy.
They're harder than the rower.
But yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But my brain can't do running. I just can't go out and go for a run.
And you
it just
play
kills my brain. Where I just run around.
Cross country with a ball.
Like this, yeah. For hours.
So, going into your freshman year, that summer, versus last summer going into your sophomore year, what did you do your freshman year versus your sophomore year? Well, we already know what you did last year, that sophomore year.
Freshman year, summer, before freshman year, I ran a lot. I ran the fitness test consistently. I did other fitness stuff. They sent us a fitness packet, so I would do a different one almost every day. And then I would also supplement that with like training. So I obviously trained with FC Buffalo, and then I trained with whoever it was at Empire back then.
Yep. And then you would also play BDSL. And that was enough.
Yeah, that was plenty. I think that year I was second fittest on the team when I came in as a freshman.
When you came in as a freshman?
Yeah.
Or was that sophomore?
Freshman. Came in second.
So you did that. You did that as a freshman too?
Yeah. And then this year I was third.
Yeah. And these kids kill themselves over trying to pass these fitness tests. I'm like, guys, you do not need to stress out that much over the fitness test as long as you are very, very active.
Yeah.
And people care more about their running scores than their touch. And you walk in and it looks like you haven't touched a ball.
Yeah, you haven't touched the ball because you've just been running.
Drives me nuts.
That's why playing is the best part. I mean, you're running more than you would ever run on your own.
Yeah. You're running 11 miles or 10 miles in a game. You're
not just jogging for 10 miles.
Go run 10 miles.
Yeah, it's awful.
I mean, you live 10 miles from here.
Yeah, that'd be awful. Plus, it's like short, and then it's, long jogs, and then short bursts. It's the best way to get fit, without a doubt.
I hope everybody watches that, because we're having a lot of freshmen, and they're already talking about, this stupid fitness test. I'm like, dude.
Before freshman year, it would be like, I ran it a lot, but then sophomore year, obviously, I played a bunch, and then we go back August 7th, so the second week of July, or third week of July, I'd run it, and then every week I'd run it one time, just to make sure I could do it.
Yeah.
But I only ran it probably 3 times before I went to school, and at that point I was completely confident.
What's your lifting schedule like in season?
Nothing.
No lifting.
No weights.
What about spring?
3 times a week. And then it switches to 2 times a week when we have games.
Huh. And what's the lifting like? Are you lifting for like?
It's usually for mobility and athleticism rather than just muscle building.
What can you bench?
Yeah.
That type of stuff.
It's usually athletic based,
Yeah.
Making you a better athlete rather than just a stronger person. But our coach doesn't believe in the weight room at all.
I
think there's definitely benefits. I think there's definitely benefits to being in a weight room.
Okay.
I think if you're doing the right things, it can definitely make everyone a better athlete.
Do the European players ever talk about that? I want to know what they do.
I think they've all, when they're in season, they do workouts in the weight room.
They do?
Yeah, and I think it's, not only does it become a better athlete, but it's injury prevention as well. When you're doing the right things, it makes your knee stronger, your ankle stronger.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to do stuff with heavy weights. It can be light weights.
Do you get in the weight room during?
Not on my own.
During the season? No. You don't even find an erg?
No. Or an erg maybe. Depends what I'm playing. Depends the season, because we have weird games. So if I'm didn't play Wednesday and I know I'm gonna play Saturday, then I'm not gonna go crazy during the week and do anything.
Yeah.
But there would be times where if I didn't play on a Saturday, then I'm gonna go do a really hard workout Sunday.
Did you feel prepared going into your freshman year?
Yes.
For college soccer?
Yes.
And what prepared you the most, do you think?
Playing probably with Empire. Yeah. 19's academy level is very high.
Yeah.
And then playing summer with all those kids and college kids helped a lot.
I mean,
it's just 19s, but with kids that are a little bit better and just faster and stronger.
I just really think that you guys are more prepared when you guys have that regimen.
Yeah.
Coming from RNY versus other options, and even other MLS Next clubs. My old MLS Next club, DA Vardar, they weren't like that.
Really?
The Wolves weren't like that. There wasn't as structured.
Strict,
but
Vardar was good.
A lot of that changed in the DA, and it got way more structured.
Yeah.
Once Klinsmann was the national team head coach. So it kind of was a top-down thing. Because when Bob Bradley was in, I was coaching in the DA,
Who cares?
every club for themselves, right? And the thing about Empire, RNYFC, is it's a club.
Yeah.
Like you just said, you have an 06 playing with an 03, and it's all the exact same. It's all the exact same terminology. And I guarantee you, who's the director of coaching over there? Is it Rory?
Rory. Yeah.
I bet you Rory can name every single kid in their system.
Yeah. Even like alums. I mean, he can name everybody on my team. He can name kids that graduated. Kids that graduated college. He'll remember.
Not every director of coaching knows that.
Yeah.
And not every owner. That's something.
Yeah, something to be said for.
It's something to be said for. It's something to be cherished. And I got so frustrated when you. This is probably when you were back at GPS, and there are other clubs that basically breed players to hate Empire GA or DA, and it's like, have you ever watched them play? Have you ever gone out and see who they're playing against? Right, and they're like, well, they lose every game. I'm like,
but.
We're
playing against the best kids in the nation.
You know who I'm talking. Who I'm talking about too, because you used to train with them.
Yeah, I mean, like they think like when you're like, oh, we're playing when we were at GPS, we're playing. Oh, this team's ranked like 30th in the nation, and you're like, you're not even like close.
Yeah, in what system? In what league?
Yeah,
and that's what I can't stand either. It's like
we'd go play like an average academy team, and they'd be the best team that we would have played at GPS.
Exactly. And people don't realize that
there's levels.
How different the level is.
When I played GPS, I didn't even know that level was a thing until I played Empire, and then it was like, oh my god. Yeah,
because you're playing future national team players potentially.
I remember freshman year I played Paxton Aronson. He's at Frankfurt right now.
Yeah.
They killed us, but like he's an 03.
Yeah, and people don't realize
that was my age.
People don't. It's like, well, they're not very good. They lose. But what's funny about RNY is that the very youngest age group, they struggle.
Yeah.
The next age group, they struggle. And then something happens when you guys hit like 16, 17.
Yeah.
It's like you guys start to compete.
Before COVID, we were in second in our league.
It's like you're caught up. Like you're okay,
we're playing.
We know what to expect at this level.
Yeah.
And then the 19s, every single year that you guys have a 19s.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well.
Good.
Yeah, pretty well.
Pretty good. And
even if we were to lose every game, we still play the way we want to play, and we still get seen, and we still have so many more opportunities.
Absolutely.
You just have you just have to suck it up a little bit.
I'll tell you what, one of the big Michigan schools, actually both of them, Michigan State and Michigan, will say, we're only recruiting from MLS Next. We don't even bother going there. And the same is said on the girls' side with the ECNL. Like, we're not even bothering with GA. We're only going to ECNL games. And so my history with Rory, I think, they think that like I'm against them.
Yeah.
I'm the one that forced Kyle to go there. Kyle wanted to go back to GPS when he came back from Columbus. I'm like, dude, you need to go to the DA. Yeah. You have to go to the DA. And I just didn't like some of the terminology.
Yeah,
it's like,
stupid.
Guys, you're trying to reinvent the wheel that is it's still a wheel.
Yeah.
And you're just trying to like sound different.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, and that was at Toronto, and I was like, because what you guys were told to say wasn't specific enough.
Yeah.
And I think it was during Kyle's game, they get scored on, and then the goalkeeper is yelling at your defender, and then the defender goes, "Nobody told me to locate." I'm like, what are we doing? All you got to do is say, Max, get 13. And if 13 scores, Max, I get to yell at you.
Yeah.
Just names and numbers. But anyway, and I'm still on that kick though. There's some ballers coming up
Yeah.
that are at Flash right now that were previous GPS, and I'm not like forcing them, but if they want my honest opinion, I tell it. I go, look, but at the same time, there's some guys at Flash that have very good connections.
Yeah.
And kids are getting good looks to go to MLS.
Yeah.
Actually, like MLS academies. Like we have a 2010 who is on FC Cincinnati's radar. Kind of like what Kyle did, you know?
Yeah.
And so as long as that happens and they're okay with that, I'm okay. I'm good.
Yeah.
You know.
I remember when I was at GPS, because they were sending some kids to Sporting Kansas City.
Yep.
And my dad was like, no. Like, not a chance in hell.
Like Leo?
It's either like we're going to play like Empire DA or like you're not going anywhere. Because he was like, if you go to Sporting Kansas City and you tear your ACL at 16, you're going to be dumb and you're not going to be able to play soccer. I was like, all right.
Well, you still go to school. Let's see what happens with Leo.
Some school. Leo's
already a USL, right?
He's on a contract. For
or
MLS
the
Next
MLS Pro.
MLS Pro. Something. He's U17, 18? I don't know.
Yeah, he's got
17?
He's got to be what? I think
I think
he's 2 years younger than Kyle. That sounds about right. So he's like an 06, 07, 06.
Yeah, 06.
Something like that. Yeah, I forgot that he signed.
Yeah, he's MLS Next Pro. I think he'll go to college, though. I don't think he's going to go straight pro. But, to be honest, I really have no idea what he's thinking. So.
I haven't talked to Tony in
I haven't
a
talked
long
to Tony
time,
in a while,
actually. But who were your coaches growing up? It was Brian Patterson.
Brian Patterson, Ryan Louie. Then a bunch of like random ones for like a season.
Did you ever have Itor?
Yeah.
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 What age did you have Itor?
13. I don't know.
I'll tell you what. When I get a kid that's been with Itor, I know it. I'm
really?
Like, you've been with Itor because they're good on the ball.
Yeah.
They're good on the ball, and you know what? Say what you will, they can juggle a tennis ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's kind of our thing here.
Yeah.
You know. So
something to be said.
I mean, but you.
Then I had Guilfoyle, Valeni, and then Rory.
And then, yeah.
Rory was probably my favorite out of everybody.
Rory? Yeah. More than PV?
Yeah.
Who had the biggest role in your recruitment? Did anybody or?
Guilfoyle.
Guilfoyle.
Yeah.
Where's he now? Is he still there? No, he's
idea.
gone.
I have no idea.
Whatever happened to him?
No idea at all.
How did your recruiting and like who else was interested on you?
Him and PV. So like I was at GPS like 8th grade, and then him and I just remember him like after one of the games I played for GPS, like followed us to a parking lot and was like, "You need to come here. You're too good to be playing at this program." And we were like, "Oh, well, maybe you might be right." So then we sat down with him and I think PV, and like discussed it all, and then talked with other parents and everybody. And I remember me and Paul Rechtenwald, you might remember him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, made the decision. We were like, we're going to go together.
He's at what, Villanova?
Yeah,
no.
Villanova.
Yeah,
not playing.
Not playing.
No, but he's there.
Yeah, I saw him last summer.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember sitting down with you and your dad.
Yeah, probably.
Right around that time, too. You weren't going to stay. You weren't going to stay at GPS.
No.
And then the whole thing where they kind of like merged basically with Flash, or they became Rush. And
yeah, it was weird.
It's a mess. But your college recruitment.
Mm-hmm.
Where else did you?
So like it was kind of weird because junior year started, so that's when you could start talking to coaches like really.
Yeah.
And then we played a season, went really well. Played a showcase, went really well, and then COVID hit. So I was like, oh shit, I don't know what's gonna happen. So at that point, I was talking to and had looked at Colgate, URI, UNH, UVM. I can't even think who else.
UVM. What's UVM?
Vermont, University of Vermont.
Oh, okay.
Navy, I considered heavily. And then I don't even know, a couple others, but like those were like the main ones that I had considered.
Were you really thinking about Navy?
Yeah, a lot.
Do you still think about that?
Sometimes.
Going and
It's a completely different life to what I would live right now, but
oh yeah,
I think in a good way.
yeah.
I think for the most part in a good way. Or maybe I think it would be terrible. Like, well, I don't think I would enjoy it that much, but it teaches you.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you can deal with that, you
can
almost
deal with anything. Yeah.
Do you ever deal with like anything? Because Marin was in here and she had a kind of a rough freshman year, and she just talked about how lonely it was. Do you ever like? I mean, you came in and you played and like.
I played a decent amount. Yeah.
I mean, was your mental health completely, or is
not really
players' mental health based on how much they play, or is it?
I think so, because especially like for us when we're going in, we were like the only thing that I ever struggled with, I didn't really struggle with much. But like I'm used to being the best player on the team and playing every single minute of every single game and like captaining the team.
Yep.
So when I'm the opposite of that,
that's literally your entire life.
Yeah, I've been like the best player on the team and playing every minute of every game, and everyone will,
like the best player.
Look at me like.
And then when you step foot on URI, you're one of 18, and they really don't care where you came from.
No.
And that's what kids need to realize the most. That's seriously what, like they don't care.
Yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow.
You could go and win a national title. They do not care.
Yeah.
They do not care. Like I had a player who played for Wolves when they won the national DA title. Goes to Northwestern, doesn't play at all.
Yeah.
Barely played 4 years.
Yeah.
I had a teammate that played at Indiana University. He was Mr. Soccer in Michigan.
That's wild.
Like scored 53 goals his senior year for a high school program in Michigan, a D1 program. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Mr. Soccer for Michigan goes to IU. I think he took one PK, and that was it. He was subbed on for PKs because he was really good. The year that they won the national title, he played literally 1 minute, and that was
a PK.
At the end of overtime.
That's crazy.
Like, it's unbelievable how, because, and I've said this a lot about this area in Buffalo. It's like we have a lot of good players, but they're regionally special.
Yeah.
They're not nationally special.
Yeah.
We're getting to a point. There's a couple.
Yeah, there's some kids.
There's some girls, especially some girls that are pretty close to nationally special. But on the boys' side, I'm talking Buffalo specifically. Like, is there like every?
I don't think so. Leo's gonna be big.
Leo will be the one. I mean, I don't know. Where does most of your RNY team come from? Rochester, Syracuse, or it's all Rochester?
Yeah, pretty much.
And did they grow up in the Empire system?
Yeah.
Did you ever see that, like, well, you were the best player then, too. Because some of the age groups will talk about how, like, it's all about the RNY, the Rochester kids, or the original Rochester kids.
I didn't see that so much with our age.
And then it takes, and this is what people need to realize about going to new clubs and having new coaches. It takes a while for a coach to trust you.
Yeah.
And you get a brand new coach, and you're in a brand new environment, and the guy doesn't even really know you yet.
Yeah,
it's like let him build trust, learn what you are very good at and whatnot, and then go and then earn that trust, and then you're going to be good.
Yeah.
Because people would complain all the time about, well, they only like the Rochester kids. It's like,
I didn't see that at least on the men's side. Yeah.
Just
Just
let it go.
Not that important.
It's gonna get better.
I mean, when I was there, 15, 17, 19, I didn't.
You never saw that.
No. I mean, Rochester, like our 19s year we only had like 3 kids from Rochester. Like 4 kids.
Where were they all from? Buffalo?
Syracuse.
Yeah.
It's just like the way the age groups worked. I feel like sometimes it'll be like a lot of Rochester kids. And then
sometimes it's a lot of Buffalo kids.
Yeah, sometimes a lot of Buffalo kids. It just happens.
All right. So you're happy.
Happy.
Overall
happy.
Overall happy.
Overall happy.
And you think this year is going to be a rebuilding
I'll be
year?
happier if the next season will go better.
And you want to play every minute?
Yeah. I want to be captain.
And be a captain?
Yeah.
Has there been junior captains?
Yeah. Zach Dreyer.
Oh, yeah. And now is he back at RNY doing something?
He's like coaching. I don't really know.
Is he coaching with RNY, right?
Yeah, coaching.
Yeah, somebody has,
to some
Kyle
extent. Yeah. He played with us last night.
Okay.
So player coach kind of thing. I don't know, helping out.
Good. Are you going to coach?
No.
Not going to coach at that level?
No.
Just going to do playmaker stuff?
Yep. I'd rather do it than coach at Empire.
What, like the technical stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you're always good at.
Mm.
I mean, I'll never forget. And I tell the story all the time. First day I met you, I see you over there like freestyling. I'm like, kid, come here. Try to do this, 14 surfaces. And you went home.
Yeah, I just did it in my driveway for like, I don't know, 2 hours.
And then the next day.
I did it.
Yeah, and that's still on my Instagram. It's funny. And like that, it's that little stuff. And that's why I hired you. That's why I hired Carissima. Like, you guys developed yourself.
Yeah.
You've had great coaches.
Yeah, for the most part.
But like, I talk about development in like a pie chart, right? The biggest role is you.
Yeah.
Then your parents have the next biggest piece.
Yeah.
Then we can start talking about coaches and clubs and
little stuff.
But you can't forget the teammates too. Teammates develop you too.
Yeah, big time.
Right? Because talent loves talent, and you want to have good players around you.
Yeah.
Right? But when I saw you do that the very next day, I was like, okay, this kid is obsessed with the ball.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you still hold pretty much every single juggling record that we have. From the 50-50 club, which is like the 300-300 club for you. You have the most wall balls without a bounce. You have... Actually, Kyle beat you on the 14 surfaces. You did it twice in 45 touches. He did it twice in 42.
Yeah, okay.
Tobin Heath can do it twice in 36.
I'll go beat it today.
Try to beat Tobin. Try to do 36. It in 28. Okay. So you got to do all 14 surfaces.
And just
twice around. And she could do it in 36 touches. And she did it as like a junior at North Carolina. So you got to beat Kyle.
All right.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Me too.
All right, man. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, like I said, so many kids have been watching these, and parents. And it's just an education about good. Like, dude.
Yeah, not a lot of people. Like, I didn't know any. Like I knew stuff, but like.
You didn't really know what to expect.
I didn't really know.
Did you walk in your freshman year and be like, "I'm going to start as freshman"?
No. I thought I was going to play exactly the amount that I played. Like, that was kind of what I expected. Especially when I knew, like, 22-year-old six that I'm competing with.
Did your coach talk to you before the season? And
preseason, yes. But not, like, before I showed up.
Not before you showed up.
Yeah.
But is he pretty good at, like, defining roles and be like... Look,
yeah, the assistant coach is. But he's like, no, like, you have to know what you're good at and what you are bringing to the table. And
know what you're not good at?
Yeah.
Self-awareness.
Yeah. Know what you're not good at.
That's all it is.
And he was like, right now we're favoring him. He's 22. He has more experience, and he can do this. And I was like, okay. So then you just work on what you need to work on and then get some minutes.
How often do you get to meet with your coach now? Like, evaluations and how you're doing?
End of the fall and then end of the spring, so twice.
But do you ever go and talk to them? Like
I do sometimes, but most kids no.
L.L. Rudney was talking about this app that they have at Nebraska, where after every training session, you like rate the session, rate how you feel after the session, like how's your body feeling, where you're hurt, where you.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you guys have anything like that?
Nothing.
It's the Big Ten difference. It's the Power 5 difference.
Yeah.
Because they have disposable income.
Yeah.
But
I'm hoping we get trackers soon.
GPS?
Yeah.
Do you have GPS at RNY? You do,
No.
right?
Yeah, I think we do, but we didn't wear it.
You don't use it?
Yeah.
Did you use it when you were
19, yeah.
And what would they do with the data?
They used to send us kind of like Excel sheets that would show like you ran the most, you ran.
Was it
map,
live? Was anybody like on an iPad?
Yeah, they had
and
some
were
guy
like,
looking at it.
Dude, this kid needs a rest.
Not so much that, but they were definitely. I don't know about live, but they had someone hired that would strictly look at data, and then give the data to the coaches.
Gotcha.
But even if they just send us like how much you ran and like how many, all like the little stuff, I think it still helps so much and reveals so much to a coach. Like I know in college there's so many kids that don't run as much as they should be running, and it would just reveal so much.
Do you know anybody in the reverse that runs way too much?
Yeah, for no point. Yeah, definitely.
What about in-game? What about in-game running? Carissima, when she went to Norway, she kind of got like yelled at, like, "Why are you running so much? Stop!" Like she ran too much, and that's like the European thing.
Yeah,
They say that about Americans all the time. That like you guys do a lot of pointless running during the game.
Yeah.
I always am curious about that, but
It's a different way of playing.
And you guys don't really have a style of play.
No.
Because I wonder, what's your formation? 4-3-3?
Yeah, 4-3-3 to some extent. Changes a little here and there, but.
And
4-3-3.
What is RNY playing right now? 3-box-3?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Okay.
Yesterday we played something along the lines of that. Yeah, 3-box-3.
I just don't like the wing-back system.
It asks a lot of the wingbacks.
Yeah. And if you...
I mean, at halftime yesterday we subbed both of our wingbacks.
It works if you're Man City and you have 80%
of
possession.
Because games like
because
this.
you're not going to have to like chase.
Yeah.
But it's always like with like the overlapping outside back. It's like, dude, by the time that if like you're on your overlap, the ball is already lost, and then you're just chasing it back. And it's like that system. You better have 7 of the best players on the field.
Yeah.
Like the top 7, and you better have 80% of the possession.
Yeah. It's hard.
But all right, did just about an hour.
Sweet. I'm gonna go train.
And then we'll do it again, like whenever you're home over the winter after the season.
After the next season, we'll update.
Yeah, for
Hopefully
sure.
good.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Thank you.
You shooting?
Yeah, we'll do something.
Or getting some touches?
Yeah.
Everything is yours.
Sweet.